Well, hey, what's up, ecosystem? Welcome back to ATI Auto Business. My name is Jay. It is Thursday. It is noon Central Time. That means it's time for Dispatching Live. We're going to check the load boards. We're going to talk about dispatching, central dispatch. How is the load volume treating you? Are you on the road? What's the weather like? What's going on? So we're going to check in with all those things. And to help me do that is my favorite co-host. Ty's going to be like, what?
Hello.
Hey, Sue.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, I'm okay. I got sick again after being sick because it
You
went to
did?
negative 22 here. So you know how that goes.
Man. Yeah. Yeah, that cold weather.
It's crazy. And now
Crazy.
it's
Yeah.
70 degrees today. I can't figure out
Right?
why we all keep getting sick, right?
That's awesome, man.
I
So
know.
see so when it's really cold, like I try to find time to sneak in a cigar during that warm section. So I have to check the weather and find out when the warmest hour. You said it's 70 degrees?
It's 70 degrees here. It's
Oh my
beautiful.
god.
It's
That
crazy.
is awesome.
And it's supposed to be like that until shit, I think next week even. I think we're having
Wow.
65 to 70-degree
Oh,
weather
see,
here
but
for.
here's the cigar problem. It is windy as heck.
Yeah, it is. I will
When the
give you that.
when the temperature changes, the wind picks up, whether
Yeah.
it gets warmer or hotter.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that wreaks havoc on my cigars. I like sunny and still. That's what I like.
And how often how often is it like that?
Yeah.
I live on the top
I
of a
don't know.
mountain, so it's
Right.
never still.
Sunny and still. That's 25% of the time at best.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why like when it's like brutally hot,
Mm.
I'll have a cigar in 100-degree sun.
Well,
Like, I mean, that's what I like, you know? I mean, what am I, what, Jay, what are you talking about? All right, well, we know it's cold outside. Douglas is here. Hey, Dougie in the house.
hey
LS
everybody.
Logistics Express, how are you? We appreciate all the wonderful information.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Well, thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, that is really cool. And so let's jump into it. Go ahead and let's get camera one. Let's get ready to go. We're only a couple minutes into the show. Thanks for joining us today. The last Dispatching Live of the year.
So, guess what the load board is at?
Oh my gosh, what?
50,000.
I'm really glad I did a drum roll. 50,000?
50,000, but you know why? We've had 2 weeks where probably only half the drivers are on the road. Because I mean, I had only 2 last week. This week I only had 2, and one just broke down in the middle of everything, and I had killer freaking loads, and of course I have to
Oh,
cancel everything.
that sucks.
Yeah. Since
Oh, I'm
when? So
sorry.
when do you ever get loads from like Springfield area to Dallas for $800, 650, and
No, that is
five?
a great load.
I know, and I have to
Wow. Oh my
cancel.
God, that's gold bars from like
Oh yeah,
Tulsa,
yeah,
right? Oh my
oh yeah.
gosh.
So if
Wow.
anybody's in Springfield, just wait. You're about to see my loads come up on the board going to
No,
Dallas.
that's terrible.
If I
Wow.
can get them to cancel, anyways. But
Oh yeah, and you
yeah,
promised.
yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's all like he's leaving tomorrow. You have to pick up
Oh
today. Oh,
yeah.
no problem. We're
You were
gonna be
supposed to meet him
there.
at the airport. His
Yeah.
Southwest flight's gone crazy, and you're supposed to bring cookies. You promised.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. So, yeah, that sucks. I mean, we've
that
had such
totally
crappy
sucks.
loads, and everything happening, and then we finally get some good loads this week, which is what I kind of thought might happen, and
Right.
then this happens.
Right,
So,
you think it's 50,000 because of we just got thawed out and
yeah,
lots of people are on the
yeah,
holiday,
yep,
right?
and I think
Yeah.
that's why because we went from 27,000 to
And
50
it's
over the next
and
two
it's the
weeks.
end of the year, which
Yep.
this is the kind of thing that dealers,
Trying to get rid of their cars
they
so that they can
literally
put it on that
rearrange the
year.
entire house
Yep. Yep.
because
Yep.
it's the end
Yep.
of the year. Yeah.
Yep.
I was just watching, and this is why it's helpful, right? To watch
Hmm.
the other
Yeah.
verticals, as I call
Yeah.
them, the business verticals in the ecosystem, the dealers and the
Yep.
auctions and even repo. Because yeah, like I've saw some dealer videos, and they're like, sell, sell, sell. Just get rid of your inventory, not
Yeah.
all of it, but they look at like anything 30 plus days. Here's the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Here's your information if you talk to a dealer. Just
Yep.
throw it out there. Just sound awesome. 30 plus days to 50 days is the inventory they've got to move.
Yeah.
So if you talk to a dealer, just say, how's your 30 plus to 50 inventory unsold doing? And be like, oh my God, you're my favorite transport guy. You understand me.
Well, and then you
yeah.
have these people, like I was asking for more money on certain loads out of Springfield before I found
okay.
these other loads, of course. And I know
yeah.
it's at IA because I know the zip code. And no, I'm not coming up on the price. I'm like, well, then you can sit on it because guess what's going to happen? Nobody
Yeah.
else is going to pick it up.
Exactly. Have a good time. The
Yep.
tables have turned.
Yeah.
And they will
Just for
turn
this
again.
week.
And they will turn again.
Next
I'll
week
get
we're going to
you
be back
next
at
time.
shit show, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Which I don't know if everybody understands. Again, Monday is going to be a holiday again, so don't book anybody for Monday unless it's Manheim and you have the gate pass. Copart and IA are going to be
Right.
closed. Manheim main offices will be closed.
That's a
The
great
1-800
point.
number is closed. I guarantee you a lot of dealerships will be closed. So most of my guys are going to go out on Tuesday.
Picking up
So,
Tuesday. That's right.
yeah.
So what's it like? Here we are, Thursday the 29th, and you tell them we'll pick it up Tuesday.
I've got one driver already booked for Tuesday. I actually got two drivers already booked for Tuesday.
Because it's New Year's Eve, they're like, okay, we'll do it this time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we actually got some good loads out of Dallas, believe it or not, which is really hard to do, for Tuesday. And then the other guy is out of Orlando, Florida, and she made him $4,000 to get out for Tuesday. That's pretty damn good money.
Oh man, that's great.
So.
Well, because when you look at the calendar, and this is the psychology of the calendar, that's right, thank you so much. If you look at the calendar, so you got half a day Friday, because nobody wants to work past noon Friday.
Yeah.
I mean, if they can do it. And so they can make it a long weekend. They got Monday off.
Yep.
Yeah, this is doable. And you could just tell them that. Listen, you call, right? You call, we'll pick it up Tuesday, and they give you beef.
Yeah.
Listen, do you want to work Friday afternoon to try to move that load?
Good point.
Heck no.
Yeah.
Get out of the office.
Yeah. I will say that Metro's not letting us have loads yet for Tuesday.
Okay, so that's funny. All right, what are the top 5 brokers that will not let go of loads until the last minute? You know, that's funny. Put it in the live chat. Who won't let the load go?
Yeah. Yep.
You gotta get every drop.
Well, and I know there's going to be certain people, and it's going to be your people that list IA and Copart cars because they're going to wait until the very last minute on Friday.
Oh, come on, man, I'm paying storage. But that storage panic, now that could be a show. Storage panic hits like a bucket of ice water.
Yeah. Yep.
Somewhere around, I'm going to say after lunch on Friday.
They might.
Because they got to pay over the weekend, don't they?
Oh, yeah. And they'll be paying Monday,
hey,
too.
Man, this ATM rings every day. We don't care what day it is.
Yep.
Storage panic is real, man.
Yeah. And IA is $40 a day. Copart starts out at $5, $10, $15 until they get up to $30, and then it turns to $30 a day. So, yeah. Personally, if it was me, I'd be getting rid of metal cars. But.
If it's, I was just saying, It's a Wonderful Life. So every time a bell rings, a storage gets dinged.
Gets charged.
Every time a bell rings, your storage gets dinged.
Yep.
Look, Daddy, he's paying storage.
I will tell you what, though. I mean, as soon as we list a car, it's like almost immediately gone.
Well, that's storage panic. Oh, that's fun. I'm so glad we got to do storage panic because I don't know how many times when you're booking a vehicle, storage is like the bane of the load. Mm-hmm. Golly.
And that's where they make, I hate to say this, but that's where Copart and IA make most of their freaking money.
Copart and IA are cutting into the transportation fee.
Yeah, that too.
Because they're like, well, I'm paying storage and I'm paying you and I got to pay them. Yeah. So I can't go up $20. I can't give you an extra 6 nuggets.
Yep.
Really?
Well, and you know what also you guys need to watch for is, so we had made an appointment on Tuesday, last Friday, for a load at Copart in Atlanta, Georgia. I can't remember which one it was because, there's like 6 of them there. But anyways, driver shows up. They are so backed up. They've doubled, triple booked. We're not going to load you. He sat there for 2.5 hours before they told him that. And then we tell the broker that, and they're like, it's not my problem. You need to sit there. They'll load you.
Culpa. Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, they've told us they're not loading us. So I said, I've got two other cars I got to go pick up at 3:30. Well, we don't care.
Yeah.
And then they
Well,
said, if you cancel, you're getting a negative. I said, I guess
oh
I'm going
my
to get a
God.
negative. I got to cancel.
Merry Christmas, by the
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we got a
Thanks.
negative that I'm
That's
going to have
awesome.
to fight, so, but I mean, what they expect us to do, we can't control these auctions like this. And they can't expect us to sit there for 4 or 5 hours picking up a car. It's not
Well, this
fair.
is no, it's not fair, and this is why everybody's under the gun. The promises and the teardrops started long before this thing ever
Yeah.
got to dispatch. And actually, that's
Yeah.
why I posted today.
Yeah.
My LinkedIn post was following the disconnect between sales and operations. You have sales, selling. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Promises and pillows and everything. And then you got operations that has to fulfill this crap.
Oh, and we need to talk about my meeting with Central Dispatch.
Oh yeah, let's do it. All
So
right,
I
thank you for
can't give
joining us. Here
you.
she is. She's live and she's going to spill the beans. Thanks
Well,
for joining us.
I can't spill all the beans yet,
Okay.
but they've
All
got
right.
something coming out here shortly for us about ratings. The
Ooh.
ratings whole thing are going to change completely. I don't know if it's good or bad. I gave them my opinion on certain things that I think will not work, but we're going to see what happens. And
Uh-oh.
then they asked me if I would partner with them after the first of the year on helping them. How do I want to put this? Helping them explain why they're doing the things they're doing and help people understand how to do what's coming into play here in the next month or so. So
Wow.
that should be
That
interesting. I
sounds
thought
like
that
a
was kind
cool
of cool.
opportunity.
Yeah,
So
I was like, that's cool.
in what way? Like as a website maiden? I mean, what's
They
the,
haven't really explained it to me because, as we all know, people get on Central Dispatch, they don't understand how to use certain things, features. Like even I constantly am getting texts and they're like, is this COD? And I'm like, it says COD right on there. It says check. I said, what do you think COD is? I mean, and these are people that have been on
so,
here.
so
I
those little
looked at the guy.
information buttons on the screen. Click
Yeah.
here, Sue says.
That means collected
I
on
love it.
delivery.
That's a
you
great
know.
idea.
But I mean,
Wow.
I told him, I said, we explain stuff on the show all the time. I try to help people,
Yeah.
as much as I can because
Oh, yeah.
I'm
I
in this
mean,
industry too, and I want to
I
help.
hate to be Captain Obvious, but yeah, fine. I won't say it. Keep going.
Okay. Anyways, so I'm not sure how they're going to have me help them to help us, but I think they're trying to figure that out.
God, if there was
Um,
only a way to communicate information to the ecosystem. God, I mean, this is such a quandary.
so I don't know if I don't know if they want me to talk about it on here
Well, of course
later
not.
on,
Listen,
or if we're gonna do a
here's what's
video
gonna.
presentation.
I'm gonna continue, and I've already done this with other. I've already kind of. I don't know. I'm like the George Carlin of the industry. At this point, like, if you're gonna be so funny as to pretend certain things, then I'm gonna be that funny too.
Right.
So, like, there's an association out there that I think we should be. I see incredible opportunity to actually be informative, but instead of that, we're not. Well, this would be another example of that. There's an incredible opportunity. It's so obvious
Yeah, it
what
is
could or should
what
happen,
we
but
do.
it's
Yeah.
not happening. There's been that's fine. I'll pretend to.
Well,
But
they said they
whatever.
told me they are listening to us.
Well, of course
They
they
said that
are.
to
I
us
mean,
multiple times,
I
and I'm like,
would.
yes, I know.
And we're actually, here's what's so funny. It's almost like we're on their side. Yes, man, make
Yeah,
this thing great again.
yeah. Well, I did
Why,
say something
why
about the
wouldn't
fact
we want that?
that we don't really like the new load board and
Nobody
that
likes
we've
it. We're just a mouthpiece.
I
That's
know,
what
and I said
everybody
I had
says.
some of my dispatchers crying; they were ready to quit. I mean, it was bad, and I said, now, granted, we're all getting used to it now, but we still all think, even though we all said that the most important thing to us is money, it's really not. I mean, it is, but it's not. What we want to see on the screen is the pickup and delivery before we get to the money. I mean, it could be right after it, but that's why I try to explain to him that that's what we're looking for is our locations. Money is absolutely very, very important, but knowing where we're going to and from is probably the first thing that we need to see. And none of us thought about that when they were asking us, what do you think is the most important thing? We're all saying money, 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 because that's what we all want is money, money, money. But that's not really what we meant. You know what I mean? And that's partly my fault too, because when I was asked to, I'm like, money. But that's really not what we meant. We meant something different than that, I guess. But I think we're all getting used to that part of it. I think we're all getting used to all of it
I
now. I
like the
mean,
money
we've been doing
first.
it.
I
See,
like
I
the
don't.
vehicle second. Oh, what do you want first?
I want where the pickup and the delivery location is first,
Okay.
not all the way to the side, because that's what we're
Well,
basically what we're gonna
okay.
do.
All right. You know what? See, you did it. You just changed my mind. Look, I got this new mug for Christmas. And I dare people to change my mind. And you just did it.
Right. There we go.
Live. See?
Now, if I could change
Doesn't
their
that feel
mind.
good? Everybody should try. Just change your mind on anything today, right?
Right.
Just anything. I don't care what it is.
So I think the new stuff they're going to come out with the ratings does have some really great features to it. And I think it will help us. But there's some things involved in it that I don't like that nobody else is going to like, but I can't talk about yet.
Well, I'm sure that's so. Okay,
And
pickup
I'm trying to
location.
convince them not to do it.
What
But we'll
if?
see.
What if? Okay, what if the money was first? Like, I agree. They're not going to change the money because that's
Well,
like
that part of it, yeah.
honestly.
Probably a lot of shit that they would have to go through to switch all this stuff, right?
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and Tommy boy myself up to the boardroom table right now. Okay, listen, guys. We know the money is impressive, and that's what everybody wants to see first, right? And,
Right.
you know, lots of clapping and cigars, and
Yeah.
it's like that. It's like that busy pitch food scene in Mr. Mom where there's cigarettes everywhere, and she's pitching tuna with a heart. All right, so. Money is first. We get that. Money has to be first because that's what everybody likes. All right. So the second one should be pick up and deliver location.
At
right?
least, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I think it should be
I
first. But
can
if
see
we
that.
can't do first, if we could do second,
Yeah.
I
'cause
personally think the broker should be the last person on.
see.
the
I
right
agree
hand
with
side.
you. Okay. So money, pick up, vehicle, company, date. Isn't this what we said before? Didn't
Well,
we
no,
say
we
this
said
like 2 months
pick
ago?
up and delivery.
did?
Then, yes,
We
'cause
said pick up, money,
we've been
vehicle,
saying
company.
pick up and delivery all
Ah.
since this happened.
It's like
But that, I don't know if that is going to change or not. But that
well, it's not
all
going
of my
to.
dispatchers.
I'm telling you right
have
now,
talked about this.
not a thing. No change.
And the other
No
thing that I would
change for
complain
you.
about would be
Oh, the clickety click.
clickety
Oh
clicks.
no. Listen, Sue, you can't take away clickety click. We love this thing.
Well, and do you realize how many people I get that text me and they're like, "What's the vehicle?" I'm like, "You have to click."
Did you click?
Dude, I'm like, I'm sorry, open it up and then go to it and then click if it's multiple vehicles. That's the only way you're gonna find out what it is.
Hashtag, did you click it?
Yeah. And that, I mean, that would be my complaint too. There's too many clickety clicks. It takes
Oh,
too
the
long.
clickety click. And then you have competitive clickety click.
Yeah, well, and then
Because it'll shut down one of the other clicks.
Yes, and you can't compare those same loads together because you can't keep them all open on the same
Well, you're
page.
darn right. That'd be
That's my-
inefficient, Sue.
That's right, and that's a big problem
We're here
too. Even
to
if you go
fix
put them in
efficiency.
the list, the work list, you still can only open up one at a time. And that doesn't help you when you've got an 8 or 9, 10 car, or even if you have a 3 car. I mean, not everybody can remember
Look
what
at the
those vehicles
size
are.
of that single click.
Right,
My gosh, that's a
Right.
big click.
right.
Why is that? Why is one load filling the screen?
Right, I agree.
What the heck is going on? Honestly, I don't think there's enough white space. I really
Yeah.
think we should add some.
Yeah, I mean,
What is this?
yeah, I think
Does
that box is
nobody
too big,
care?
too.
Oh my gosh. No, see, but this is it, Sue. I just talked myself out of a partnership in about 3 minutes. See, I'll tell you here. I'll just be honest with you. If this show does partner with a software company, will it still be as much fun?
No, probably
So
not.
we better have our kicks while we can. Right now there's another developer just threw a chair through a window. That's it. I've had it with these guys.
I will say, everybody over there at Central is super nice. Everybody
Oh,
over Brad
that's
is
good.
super
I'm so
nice.
glad.
I love
I'm-
all of them. They're
I
great
am
to
so
talk.
glad. Really, because I would.
And they were straight up. They said, "Give me the worst of it, Sue. Tell me what is
It'd be
horrible to,
so much
just be straight
harder
up
if they
honest.
were like just
So,
like stormtroopers,
well, right. They're
But
real people. They're
yeah, they're
sitting
real
there.
people.
The
Hey,
only
Merry
here's the only thing.
Christmas, Central Dispatch.
The only thing that and this is what they're dealing with. They're not out there in the field. So they don't see or get what I'm saying. I mean, they do once I say it, but because they're not using this every single day as a transporter or as a broker, they don't understand the complications that we run into or what we're seeing on and making how it's making it harder for us and stuff like that. And I think that's why they want to talk to people like me and other people that do this. And maybe they should have talked to more people, you know what I mean, before they even changed this so they could have maybe streamline this better instead of changing it as they go. And I know they're constantly changing this. Don't get me wrong. We're seeing it every day. There's different things that I've noticed. But I will say still this, not all the loads are appearing on all of our computers. It happened again today. My loads, I had 9
That's
loads.
nuts.
Janice had 11. Jen had 9, but I couldn't find the car that they were talking about. And it's still happening all during the week a lot of times because Jen will say, hey, this came up. And I'm like, it's not on my page. Why? And granted, we go through the filters and we make sure we all have the same filters, and maybe that's what it is, but maybe there's just a glitch in the program that it happens. And I know I've talked to other dispatchers out there, they're still having the same problem too. So that part, I don't know how you fix that part. You know what I mean?
Well,
Because that's an internal thing, I think.
well, it is. It's clearly. I mean, it's clearly a bug
Yeah.
in the code.
Yeah.
Geez, Jay. Well, I mean, that's what it sounds like, and
Yeah.
those are hard to track down.
Yeah.
That's
Because
a
you'd
lot of
almost
work.
we'd almost have to be talking to that programmer at the same time, telling him what we're seeing
Oh my
on that
gosh,
page.
you're
You know what I
right.
mean? And you're not going
Oh
to get a hold of
man.
them.
Well, they should want that because that's got to be hard to. It's like trying to
Nail
catch a
down.
firefly because you
Yeah.
can't predict where
Yeah.
it's going to
It
go.
would be, I would think, almost
So
impossible to
this
nail
is
down.
where that partnership you mentioned could
Yeah.
be very helpful.
Yeah.
And however that fleshes out, I'm in favor of it. If stay off the show, just talk to Sue. Absolutely, anything to improve. This is about the carriers. It's always been. This is about carriers and dispatchers. And if your boots on the ground and you're in the middle of this, that's what
Yeah.
this is all about. That's
Yeah.
what Sue and I are here to help fix whatever this problem is.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's the goal. That's what's important.
Yeah.
Not anything else. All right. That's established. So, hey, if you've got a route scout, let's do this. Let's go into some of the newsy stuff
Okay.
here. I think I need to share. Oh, I'm going to take the screen. And there we go. It's Thermonuclear Thursdays here on ATI on Dispatching Live. What does that mean? That means we are here to drop truth bombs in your dispatch office because we're on your side. This is an operations show. Go operations. We had this auto logistics review Tuesday night. Me and Ty basically went through kind of all the Tuesday night shows that were kind of our favorites or influential. We also talked about Cars on the Move. Yes, it was an ATI fest, but looking back, man, there was a lot that happened this year. It was pretty cool. We encourage everybody to show me the truck. So I do have a video. Who sent that in? Douglas, did you send me that video? I'm going to roll the video here in a minute. But before I do, what's your route scout? If you are looking for loads,
put it on the road.
Put in the live chat, put your trailer capacity and from where to where and when you think you're picking up. And we want to help you look for loads if you need some advice, whether it's a load, a route, a broker, a location, a gate pass. Did you get the memo? Well, we get some of the memos here and we try to share them with you. This came in on... This is from the United Road Holly show that I did. I don't know if that's a year or two ago. But this just came in. And I want to get your opinion. This guy, James, he says, I'm just starting out. I want to sign on with Holly. How is the freight?
So he means freight by cars, right? That's what he's
he
Okay.
means cars. Yeah. On Holly.
It's the usual. It's
Yeah.
crap.
Really?
You know.
Oh.
They never pay what they're supposed to pay. We all know that. You get every once in a while you get like this fantastic load from them. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. The trick about this too, I don't know if we've talked about this before. Go to the Holly board. They only list stuff on Central twice a day and they don't remove them only twice a day. I think it's one in the morning, one in the afternoon. So even if that load is sitting there on Central Dispatch and it looks fabulous, it may not even be a legit load because it's already gone. So always keep your Holly board up. And what I always recommend on all the load boards, especially during this time of the year when it's so slow, keep your rat board up if you can haul for rat. If you can haul for Cars Drive, keep it up. Keep it up for Metro. And if you've got a driver in that area or go into a certain area, go check those boards first because they're going to list them there before they get to Central and you can grab them before somebody else does. Um, Always do that. Maybe during the rest of the year, you may not even want to mess with them because the loads aren't that great on there and you got better loads on Central. So maybe it's not as important during the rest of the year. But during the slow time seasons, always have all of those up so you can check before your driver gets in that area to see what might be there that you can take. Like, for example, Holly has a place down in Beasley, Texas, which is next to Houston. They always have a lot of loads out there. I'm not going to tell you they're great paying loads, but they're loads. And same thing out of Vance, Alabama. You have a Mercedes plant. Now, Holly is not the only one that lists cars out there. You have RPM, but RPM does not have a load board. They have a load sheet that if you're on their list, they send to you and you can look through it. But I'm going to tell you, it's a mess. I mean, it's just a
What's a
whole
mess?
huge, their RPM list.
Oh,
I don't have
no.
that much time to just
Oh, I
go
know.
through there. And then you also have a big rail yard in Smyrna, Tennessee as well. And what's weird about that, RPM has most of that stuff
Wait,
there.
you're talking about RPM. You're not talking about Holly anymore?
Well, no, I'm talking about RPM now. I was talking about
Oh,
Holly.
oh, I missed the transition. Sorry, Jay. Okay.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
All right, no, but okay, how do you get the RPM loads though?
once you're signed up with them, they send you a list almost every day, or you can ask them to send you the list every day. Um,
Okay, they
I
send a list though?
they send a
Do we
list.
have to do that way?
No, I don't like looking
Right?
through their list, man. It
Really?
is like page after page, and
I
I
know.
just
Why do
don't
I
have
gotta
the
dig?
time.
That's okay.
I
Okay. Let's stop here.
Yeah. They were
All
supposed to
right.
have a load board, remember, like a year
Okay.
ago. It
Jay
has
just
not happened yet.
Yeah, Jay just parked the bus because. All right. Here's what I'm gonna say about this. Let's go to RPM. What is it? RPM moves.
I think so, maybe.
All right. Do you know how big this company is?
Well, if you want to go by the fact that they never answer the phone, you would think they were massively huge, okay? Because they don't answer the damn phone. The only way you can get a hold of somebody is if you have your own personal contact, which I have 2 or 3 of them. So what I do is I usually text one of them. Dakota's a good person over there.
24/7 support.
Yeah, that's not true either, by the way.
Huh?
No. John was picking up a car for them at the rail
Look at
yard.
it. Look at this stuff. I
in,
mean,
in Smyrna, Tennessee. He could not get the app to work. Guess what? Nobody would answer the phone for us.
dude, RPM is global, like literally global. Okay, this
But they
is
have a lot of their own
giant
trucks, too,
company. I know. Well, they move freight. And I'm saying what my understanding. Let's go here. Here we go. RPM was founded 10 years ago.
Yep.
All right. Within 2 years, they got an Inc. 5000 award. All right, and they have just been racking up accolades. Look at all these accolades.
Yeah.
Okay,
They've got
look,
a great
they're
marketing
in
team.
Europe.
I
I mean, they are truly global.
yeah. Yeah. Because
So
they've
my
got
point is, yes,
rail
because they've
yards,
got
everything. Yeah.
they got everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, these. So my point is, they're global. They're this big. Look at this. They got offices in the Netherlands, Poland. This is a gigantic company.
Yeah.
But
And
but for loads, they send you emails every day.
mm-hmm.
No,
Well, not every day, but yeah, you get
okay,
me.
but they
Yeah.
send you emails of lists.
Email
of
list,
loads
yeah, and
that
they
you
only
have to
do
dig
it,
through.
yeah, and technically, usually when I get it is when they can't get anything moved, and then I get a whole huge list of stuff because it's sitting
So,
there.
do
But
I
part
have
of the
to say it?
problem,
What's up with that?
well, yeah, they should have a board. They said they were going to have a board a year ago. We still don't have a board. I signed up all my drivers for this supposed board. There is still no board. So yeah, I'm with you. If they're that big, they should have a load board that especially if you're not going to answer the phones.
Oh
You know what
my
I
gosh!
mean?
Oh my gosh! Are you guys so somebody at Central's like, oh, thank God they're not talking about us.
They're bagging on somebody else
But
today.
I mean, are we bagging on this company right now?
A little bit, yes, because
Oh,
of that. I mean, that's the way
oh.
I feel about it. One, they
But I
underpay.
mean, are we
Two,
trying to point out a problem?
yeah, we're trying to
Because
point
what
out
are
a
we trying to
problem.
fix?
We need them to answer the damn phones. If they
Well,
want people to move their
that's
loads,
one
they need
thing.
to answer the phone
But we're also trying to. I mean, is
or
sending out
build a load
lists
board.
of loads because these things aren't
No.
even alphabetized, are they, or whatever?
I don't. Let
I
me
don't
see if
know.
I got
I've
one
seen some
listed
of
or
these
not.
spreadsheets. I'm serious. It's like
You have,
what?
yeah, I've sent them to you before, and it's crazy.
It'd be
I
like
don't
if
even
you
think they're in
sat down in a
alphabetical order.
you sit down in a restaurant. Would you like to
Right.
see the menu? Yeah, and they
Yeah.
hand you like a spreadsheet of ingredients. What?
Shake cancel too.
Oh, she's busy again.
No, sorry, I was just giving somebody an information
That's fine.
on our
That's fine.
cancellation of all of our loads. I want to make sure
Oh
everything
no,
gets canceled.
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you run a busy dispatch office into the show. But that was cool. I'm really glad we talked about it. Well, we've just proven once again that in auto transport you can do whatever you want. Grab a mask and jump right in because this is auto transport, and you can do whatever you want. Everybody around you is, and will continue to do so. So just
Yes.
jump off the top of the ropes and take them down. Do whatever you got to do. All right, so it's time to roll the video. I'm going to roll Douglas's video here. Now,
Okay.
Douglas sent in the video. I wish Douglas was here to narrate. Douglas is in the live chat. Douglas, what are we looking at? Where are we looking at it? And why are we
Crash
looking at
at
it?
Mannheim, it says.
All right, ready? It was not what I expected.
Holy crap. Yeah, I'm looking at the red truck.
Exactly.
That.
Exactly. I'm thinking a car hauler is going to smash into another car hauler. What is that guy doing?
He was driving way too damn fast, is what
Was
he
that
was doing.
was that a driver that picked up a load?
The guy in the car?
Or is it a car getting checked in? What the heck is that? What was he doing?
I really hope
There's
that
no
wasn't
ice
a car
on the
he
road.
picked up out of Mannheim.
I have a feeling it was a car being checked in.
Oh, you think it was being checked in or checked out
Well, I
and he
don't
was
know.
driving it?
I don't know.
I doubt Doug knows either, unless he went over there and talked.
Okay, so Douglas,
But it's at Mannheim, PA, he says.
two G wagons totaled on the other side of the fence. I gotta head to court to give the video. Oh my god.
Oh my God. Okay.
Mannheim at Mannheim, PA. He stopped at the light and reverse car getting. Yeah, it's a car getting
Oh.
checked in. Wow.
Oh my God.
That's awful. Oh, that sucks. Let's watch it again. Wait, what? I'll hit the buzzer right when
Stopped
he hits
at the light and. Okay. I mean, how freaking fast do you have to be going for that to happen?
Oh man.
Or there was something wrong with the car?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I think he's got
Just
somebody on the
stupid?
phone. Hey, you man, you're not moving fast enough. Oh my God, what
Oh
my
my
storage?
God.
You know.
Hey, well, by the way, is this true? I heard that Progressive, if you're in a wreck, and because a lot of my drivers have Progressive, if you're in a wreck and they check your phone records and you were on your phone, they won't pay the claim.
Oh shit.
Has anybody ever heard that shit?
Oh God.
Walked out with no injuries. Well, he's
Wow.
freaking lucky.
Yeah, no, he is lucky. That was gnarly. That car's smoking and everything.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, okay, yeah. So, just stupidity error.
Yeah.
He's shopping for the GI Joe with the kung fu grip and all that. Come on.
Well, it was on 12/27.
Right. Exactly.
He was probably trying to figure out what he needed to return to Walmart that he got for
The
Christmas.
police said he got up to 70 miles an hour.
Oh my God, yeah, it
Wow,
looked like he
that's
was going really
nuts.
fast.
Oh my gosh.
What kind of
that is
car was
crazy.
that? Could
That's
you
a good
tell? I just
question.
knew it was weird
Let's
color.
check it out again.
Was it a Tesla? Huh.
Can't zoom in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so small.
It
on the
doesn't look
screen.
like
I
a
know.
race car of any kind, does
I
it?
wish I could zoom in. I don't
Yeah.
know. It doesn't. It really doesn't. I mean, it looks.
It's not like it's a Maserati.
I mean, it could be a
or-
Mercedes Benz or something. Maybe.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
could
know.
be. Oh, yeah. Or it could be one of those Audis. It's a small
Right?
car.
Could be an Audi. Yeah.
So they may have been testing it out, going, "Hey, I'm gonna
Hey,
go really
man,
fast in
yeah.
this cool-ass car."
Oh no. Yeah. Oh golly.
Wow.
Well,
That's-
we better move on.
Oh,
otherwise
he
we'll end
says a
up-
2022 Mustang. Well,
2020. Ooh, that's even worse.
I
But you
mean,
know what, Sue?
who wants
It
to
was
drive
the
that fast?
dispatcher.
I mean, really, a
It
Mustang.
always is. Oh, it's awful. I wonder if it was one of those new EV Mustangs. That'd be even
Well,
worse. We like to say, join us here on Bachelorette Truck Stop, dispatcher. Dispatcher, bring your dispatcher hate. Thursdays at noon on Dispatching Live. Just go ahead and bring it. You know, if you just tuned in, thank you for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. Also, if you've got a like, if you got one of those likes sitting around, please leave one for us. Really, we do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And let us know, what can Dispatching Live do for you? Do you have a dispatcher that needs better info? Do you have a carrier that needs to understand sales? We're trying to connect brokers, carriers, dealers, dispatchers, shippers in a meaningful way. So what would that look like to you? How could we help? Going into a new year, we're turning over a new leaf. From now on, Sue and I are just going to be positive. Crickets. Right. That's nuts. We've got Larry coming up in a bit, but we can we can babysit his kids for free. Wow. That is nice. Thank you for such a great offer.
oh
Let's
man,
see. Do we have any route scouts? I'll tell you what. Take the screen back for me, Sue. Let's
I doubt
see.
we have any
Are
route
you
scouts.
looking for anything?
No.
Is there anything awful to show? Is there anything awful to talk about or show?
Oh, no. I mean, like I
No.
said, I mean, there's 50,000 loads on the board. There's good loads this week, but it probably won't be next week. And um like I said, I had both our drivers already all full, ready to go home since yesterday. Like we loaded them out that far
Wow.
out in advance. So we were gonna take off today early.
Oh, you
But
were. Wow.
now we're waiting just to get all the loads canceled and verifications that they're done. So, you know, but
Well, so you haven't had any trouble? No news stories? Wait, because we haven't been here.
two
I don't
weeks,
know.
yeah. Well,
Two
we didn't have
weeks.
last week. We had the week before that. I don't know. Did we cover everything that one week? I can't remember if I sent you stuff and we didn't cover it, but I thought we had. It's
Well,
been pretty quiet.
I think we did cover most everything. And I mean, really, I think probably one of the most important things to talk about was the new look. I
Yeah.
don't think there's anything really groundbreaking to go over. I've got extended Larry. We could go into some Larry. We'll do
Yeah,
this.
let's do some Larry.
If you got a route scout or anything you want to talk about, put it in the live chat. We understand. It's the holidays. And
And most of your drivers are either not on the road or you've already got them loaded. It's
yeah.
probably that.
And everything is available and on the table if you want to talk about any vertical, if you want to talk about tech, whatever it is. All right, here we go. Let's do some Larry time. I'm going to take the screen back, hit the drum roll, because so every Tuesday night is the Play Ask Larry game.
Right.
Are you a car shipping guru? Powered by ATI and Superflow Systems. And every Tuesday night we do 5 questions. Well, since this was a year recap show Tuesday night, a look back, I went back and I found some pretty good questions from this year. Let's start with question 1. Roughly, how much does a gallon of diesel fuel weigh? This is actually more important. This is actually going to be a pretty big deal.
Yeah,
depending on
honestly,
right?
because for example, if you're going to the port with cars and you can only have so much in there and stuff like that. So yeah. Plus,
So is it how much does a gallon of diesel fuel weigh? Is it 7 pounds, 9 pounds, 11 pounds, or 13 pounds?
man,
And
I
yes,
have no
we
clue.
did all these questions this year, so you may see something you've seen before.
Really,
Not
I've done
everybody
this
at
before.
once. Make way, people.
I'm gonna just guess. Ah,
I know. I
I'm
know I
I'm
got
gonna
this
go
wrong
with
when
the
I first
lower.
guessed.
I'm gonna say 7 pounds. I don't know.
All right, nobody's guessing. It means we got all brokers here today. Because a carrier would know this.
Yeah, a carrier would know because he
Carrier,
needs to know
but
how much weight he
hey,
weighs with
man,
all of his load.
if we have shifted to more brokers than dispatchers or carriers on this show, I call that a win. By the way, that's awesome. That's one of the things that happened this year in 2022 is we got way more brokers watching ATI than we had before.
Okay, well, cool.
Which is awesome. All right, cool. All right, so here we go. Here is the answer. The answer is it is 7 pounds. You got it. 7 pounds.
No clue.
Which is interesting to think about. You know, you carry 7 pounds.
Yeah.
That's 1 gallon of fuel.
Right, and how many gallons does a big truck carry when they're full?
Well, and that's
Add that up.
is it? I mean, it's in the how much? I don't know. Is it? It's a couple
How many
hundred,
gallon
right?
tank? Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
My gosh.
How big?
So that's shoot.
And that's if they don't put the extra
Is that
tanks on there, right?
Is that a ton of gas? Let's do the math here. Everybody's got out their tricorders. 200 times 7. Oh, it's half a ton of gas. 3/4 ton of gas? All right.
So I'm looking to see how big of a tank most guys have, and they range anywhere from 120 to 150 gallons.
Oh, okay. 200's too big. Okay. So half a ton of gas.
Yeah.
When they're full.
Well, and they may have those extra tanks. I'm like my guys
Right.
in the 3500s have their 50-gallon extra tank that they keep usually that's on the back of the truck.
What's
too.
this? What's all right? So on a standard 3500, what's the size of the tank? Is it 100?
No,
50?
I think it's
50 gallons?
3500.
So it's the semis that have the 100-gallon tanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tank.
Hey, and this is good stuff. Where I mean, you know, what dispatcher knows all this stuff? So this is good stuff.
34 to 36 gallons is what a typical 3500 is going to have.
Ah, okay.
And then usually my guys will put an extra 50-gallon tank on the back of the truck as well, most of the time. So there you go. It's almost 100 gallons right there. If once they're full, you know what I mean. Of course, that goes quickly. And by the way, what does everybody think about the fact that gas prices keep coming down? Do they think they're going to go right back up?
Well, gas prices are weird. That's why. See, I don't focus on things that are constantly going back and forth. I don't really talk about accidents every time I do the news or bankruptcies. And now gas prices, it's so unpredictable, you can always talk about it. But, having said that, I'm interested because, I mean, obviously I want lower gas prices.
Absolutely.
But is there any way to predict which way it's going to be going?
I think it's going to go back up. I think this is just a...
And why do you think? Is there a reason? Is there a refinery fire? Is it because of Putin's got a nuke button? I mean, what is it?
Well, I mean, there's some theories out there going around.
We're going with nuke button?
No.
Oh, okay.
That this is just a little way to give us a little bit back, and then they're going to sock it to us, kind of.
Okay, so thank you. See, that's it. The truth always is. It's just a willy-nilly, whatever they want to do thing.
It's a government thing.
It's exactly. And when it's willy-nilly, I don't follow it because, it's willy-nilly. Back again in the willy-nilly. This is actually why I can't stand local news. I know it's the news is somebody got murdered, right? And then somebody got stolen from.
Yep.
And then after all that, after we've depressed the heck out of you, then we're going to have a segment about a skiing squirrel.
Yep.
And then that's a cut. I don't need to watch that.
MM wants to ask me a question. Do you want to wait till after we're done with this?
Hey, Sue, can you discuss briefly how invoicing works between dispatching and carriers? Do you send the carrier a monthly invoice and they just ACH transfer? I love it. Please answer that.
So, no. Never wait a month. You won't get paid. So I do it weekly. They get an invoice and they get an accounts receivable every single week. They have to pay me by the following week. So don't ever do a month. You will not get your money. It's just too easy. So always do it. And it's not only for that, they're going to want to know what they're making every week. And that invoice that you send to them shows them what their gross was for that week. And that's something they need to keep track of for gas prices, for all of it. So that's why you want to do it we do ours every single Friday, unless something happens, then I may send it on Saturday or something like that. But we go Monday through Friday. If they work on the weekends, that Saturday goes on the following week. If that helps.
It does help. Well, it is. It's complicated, and it can be a point of contention.
Yeah. I mean,
so you just want to keep it regular. Keep
Yeah.
it regular.
Yes.
Establish the rules. Have those rules on paper.
And make them sign them. Yep.
Yeah. Don't. Well.
I have a contract. They all sign. They all know what to expect from me.
This is why you want to have a contract.
Yep.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you really don't want to have to go over this.
No.
If you're having to explain this regularly, that is a sign this relationship may be in trouble.
It's done.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing. You don't want to get anybody into you for so much money, and then you have to pay your bills too. So that's why I always do it every week, because I got weekly bills. They've got weekly bills. So, and also the thing about it is some of the people will come to you and say, well, I haven't been paid on this load yet. Why are you wanting to bill me? I'm sorry, but you agreed to take certain amounts of billings. So one of my parts of my contract states, what do you agree to quick pay, 15-day, 30-day pay, that kind of thing. And they check it and tell me what they're going to do. If I take a load that's 30-day pay, I ask them before I even do it, even if they don't want to do it, to see what they want to do. So they know what they're getting into and all of that. So they need to know that they've got to still pay you no matter what. Because you will have people say, well, I haven't been paid, so I'm not paying you. Then you usually got to cut your ties with those kind of people, because it doesn't work that way. So unfortunately,
well, and
a few times.
one of the ironies you'll find is, I mean, you see this a lot in the Facebook groups, is that carriers just believe that dispatchers should be held at arm's length, and they just, well, that too, that they're raking it in, and they need to be held at arm's length.
Yeah.
And a good dispatcher is helping a carrier get paid.
Right.
That is what dispatchers do.
You're right, because we're not just getting them the loads.
We're
handling accounting. We're making sure that they got their ACHs, the check mailed out. We're doing all of it for them. We're not just finding you a load and saying, here you go. Now, I know there are some dispatch companies out there that charge as soon as they get the load. They may got $1,000 load. They expect their percentage right then and there, which I think is crazy.
I think it's crazy too. That's wrong. In fact, if that is your situation, you might want to look for a different business partner.
Yeah. Honestly. Yeah. Well, and then I found one the other day, or maybe it was on here that they showed it, but they wanted a $500 deposit to even sign up with them as a dispatcher.
Right. Which is, okay, so let's talk deposits again, because we kind of talked about deposits once before. How do you look at this deposit thing? I mean, I know this is another major point of contention.
Yes. I've never done it, but I see some value in it.
It's kind of like a prenup, isn't it?
Right. And here's the thing.
How's the prenup look?
Well, here's your thing about taking the deposit.
Will you sign my prenup?
Right. So here's the thing you got to look at. If they didn't
Not
pay
always
you,
goes well.
You've got a little bit of money there to cover you. Okay. Because I've been burned tens of thousands of dollars over the years. Okay. So it happens. But the other part of the deposit that I would want it for is for signing up all these brokers that you do all this work for. And then the next week they're like, oh, I don't want to use you anymore because you've done all the work for them. That has happened to us. So I see some value in it. I don't know if I would ask for $500. And I think you would turn more people away.
You will.
Would sign up.
That's right. It's literally not worth it.
Yeah. To me, I've never done it.
It seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
But it sets a wrong tone.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
it says basically you're going to rip me off, so I need your money.
Exactly. I'm gonna right. I'm gonna go ahead and put up hi. It's nice to meet you. I'm gonna put up this pawn shop window between us. Okay. So, anyways, go ahead and talk through the slot. Yeah, no, it's
$500.
it's a bad look, and it's
Yeah.
already a highly suspicious marketplace,
There you
anyways.
go. They already
Yeah, so
suspect that
yeah,
dispatchers are out to rip them off.
so
So asking them for $500 up
but
front doesn't help it.
this is why it's auto transport. You know, grab a
Yeah.
mask and jump right in. It's the Wild West. Everybody feels
Yep.
like they're going to get ripped off at any time.
Yeah.
Even the shipper. You
Yeah.
know, shippers approach this the same way.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm calling about they're like under the sheets. Hi. Yeah, I'm shipping a car. It's a car. It's just a car. Yes. It's somewhere in the state of Texas. You know, like
Yes.
it's crazy. But they have to do that too because they feel like everybody on the other side of the email is a vampire. I mean, oh
Yep.
my god.
Yep. When they call, even they're like, "Well, it's in Texas." Okay. Well, we need a little more information.
It's a sedan.
Yes.
Okay, fine, it's red.
Yes.
That is auto transport. All right, let's do another question. That was fun. How long is a 2019 Honda Odyssey? 150, 180, 203, or 220 inches?
I think it's 203. I haul them quite a bit.
Right? This is like such a good dispatcher question. I used to know this stuff cold. I don't know these numbers anymore, but I know how important they are.
I'm pretty sure the length is 203.
I have a feeling you're right.
I can usually, because we have to do this all the time.
Yeah, we used
You're right.
to.
I can
Did you-
usually tell you what a length of any car is.
Did you
anymore.
used to? So did you used to go to Google and you'd type 2019 Honda Odyssey curb weight?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I used.
Yes.
Yes.
Or wheelbase or length.
yeah,
or...
wheelbase. Ooh, wheelbase.
So the wheelbase is important if you're trying to fit more cars on a 3-car that usually fit like a 4-car. And that's what I use the wheelbases for, because I have a couple 3 cars that have extensions that are either 56 or 58 that I can fit 4 on, as long as I can come up with the right combination of vehicles. And you have to use wheelbase for that combination. And if anybody ever wants my little thing that I've created, they can email me. I'll tell them what it is, and they can work it out.
Ooh,
So,
you've got a wheelbaseometer?
well, I have what would you call
Formula.
it? I have a formula that I came up over the years that lets me know what's going to fit on any trailer.
Wow. That's awesome. And wheelbase again is distance from the
half of-
axle to axle. Is that right?
Yeah, like, well, half of
Yeah.
the tire, so that would be your axle, to the back of the half of the tire is what you got to look at it at.
Okay. Ah, yes. Okay. All right, cool. Let's see what the answer is. The answer is where's the
6 to 650. Yeah.
You got it right. 203.
Yay. Throw another one at me. I can probably get it.
All right, here we go. Question 3. What is the average minimum weight of a 2020 Honda Accord? 2,500, 3,200, 41, 5,000.
So an older one is in the 2,500 to 3,200 range. I
Is
think
it?
the newer ones are heavier. I'm thinking the 4,100 range, but
And it's kind of a weird question. What's the average minimum weight? It's a strange worded. But yeah. The range here, average, let's say average weight of a 2020 Honda Accord. You think it's 41?
I think it's between, honestly, I don't know if these are right. I think they're
I
between
know.
3,200 and 4 is where I think it really is.
So maybe
But
35.
it probably depends on if it's a 4-door.
Oh,
That's what it
yeah.
is. If it's a 2-door, you're probably at the 3,200. If you're a 4-door, you're over 3,200. That's what I'm going to tell you.
All right. Let's see what
And
we
then
got
I'll look
here.
it up after we get done.
Yeah, let's try this thing. All right, it is
Okay.
3,200.
All right, hang
I
on.
mean, that makes sense. Average minimum weight.
Okay.
So that's the weight of the 2-door.
So yeah, the 2-door is, it says it's 31.31. A 4-door is 34.28.
Okay, cool. That's really interesting. Even that itself. Somebody's going to book a 4-door 2020 Honda Accord and be like, yep, I know what it weighs because Sue told me on Dispatching Live.
Well, and that's the thing too, when you're trying to do weight for your drivers, especially if you're 8, 9, 10 car hauler, you have to be pretty accurate with your weights, and so you got to know if it's a
Oh
four
yeah,
door,
my God! And if
because
there's
otherwise
no
you can overweigh them.
CDL,
Yeah.
you're
Oh
going to be
God.
counting every gallon of
Oh
gas.
God. Yeah.
Oh
Gallons of gas and
brother.
gallons of gas in the truck that he's driving,
Oh
even. And
jeez,
if he has
exactly.
extra tools on that trailer or
Exactly. Oh my
anything.
God. This is why we don't book non-CDL.
CDL drivers, I
Right, because you're
cannot
like,
stand it.
hi, I'm calling about a load. Listen, you don't happen to know how much gas is in it, do you?
Or
Or,
please, or just put a gallon in it,
is
just
there a
enough to get it on
hammer
my
anywhere
trailer.
in?
Yep.
That is what it's like booking
I had to have it because
non-CDL.
I've had
It's
non-CDL
awful.
drivers. And one of the things was I'm like, okay, so your curb weight of your truck is this, the trailer weighs this. So I booked the load, right? He gets down the road and he's like, well, that's not the weight. I'm like, why isn't it? Well, I have a bunch of tools on here and I have an extra gallon tank, a 100-gallon tank on my. Well, you need to tell me those things or go. This is what I usually tell them now from now on. Go to a scale. Tell me what your empty weight is so I know what to work with. And don't put anything extra on it after that. So,
Yeah, and it'll be the non-CDL guy that gets the
uh-huh.
car that
Mm-hmm.
has two extra super tanker,
Yeah,
yeah,
one on each side.
and a dude in the
Yes.
back holding a tool set.
Yes.
Oh, it is. It's crazy. Hey, a DDD asks, I do my own signing up with brokers. Could I still use you to book loads? All right, that's a good question. Thanks, DDD.
So, what does that
I think
mean?
the answer is yes. So DDD does all their talks to the brokers, does the packets, which is actually I prefer. I want a driver. When I was a dispatcher, I wanted the driver to see the packet. I didn't want to just be, filling it out
See,
like, I mean, I
I
like
liked
that.
handling it.
I
And
know
and
you
the
do.
reason why I like handling it is because I know we do packets like a daily, right? And
Yep.
I know the little things to look for in those packets that an
Yep.
average person isn't going to know to see.
Yep.
I have no problem going over, what they want to be paid and stuff like that. But the main reason why we do it is most of my drivers won't do it anyways. They don't have
Well, no,
time.
they
And I
won't.
mean, if I told them,
But
hey, here's this 24-page packet I'm sending to you to fill out.
But in this case, DDD,
Yes, I
I'm going
could
to
do it.
assume that
Yes.
DDD does their own packets because they like to also be in
Yeah.
control of
But
what's
yes,
happening. That
I
sounds
can
great.
book loads. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, it just we do
yeah.
all of it for you. It's just included in what we do, and sometimes
But
to me it's just way easier just to handle it from the get go and set it all up. So
but
that's why we do it. But
but
yes, I
yeah,
can book loads
you
without
you
doing the broker
should click
packets.
on
Yeah,
murphyauto.transportservices.com.
and
And
I
you can
do have
also
spots, by the way.
oh, you do.
I have spots open again. Yes, we do.
All right, which when she says that she means you have dispatchers that can take
Mm-hmm.
on another carrier.
Yep, I
Yeah.
do. I have two right now that need
Fantastic.
a couple.
So call in,
Mm-hmm.
explore it, and if it's not,
Doesn't work. It doesn't work. If it works, it
yeah,
works.
there we go. That's the pretty much, yeah. All right, cool. That's awesome. Thank you so much for the question and the comment. Please do leave a like, share, tell your friends. Try the veal. Next question. If you will be completing only intrastate shipments, you will not be required to have is it DOT number, MC number, insurance policy, or an ELD. If you're only intrastate, you don't need what?
Um, I believe.
That's a little bit of a hard question, but I like it because it's a teachable moment.
Well, you definitely have to have insurance no matter what you do.
There you go.
Now,
It also intrastate doesn't dictate ELD.
as long as you do, it's a certain mile
It's
radius,
a
right?
mile. That's right. It's a certain mile. So
I
you
think
could
it's
live in
300.
Texas and still need an ELD.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it is. Texas is
yeah,
huge.
yeah.
I mean, if you were just running local Dallas to Dallas or Houston to Houston, no, you can get away with that.
Right.
I had
So
a guy up in New Jersey that wanted to run without an ELD, but he was going to
Oh
go.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously, it's kind of like if you. Hey, dear, we were laughing about people do this every day. Hey, Facebook, I got a truck and I'm looking for car hauling advice. Oh my God, Facebook is like, number one, like, okay, don't talk to me. And number two, food fight! Like, okay, so we want to help, make sure that you don't do that. Don't go to Facebook with a megaphone and tell them all you're new. Because you'll be stuck with that for a long time. So here's some information. Only intrastate shipments, you are not required to have a MC number. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
You only need an MC number if you're
hiring
moving across states,
state
because
lines.
that's interstate commerce. MC stands for motor carrier, and motor carrier number applies to interstate commerce. I'll probably forget that tomorrow, but that's why we'll do.
Well, and technically ELD could be thrown in there as well because.
Well, no, because just because you're only in a state doesn't mean you don't need an ELD. In fact,
well, what it says right here.
Okay.
It says it's a matter of if. Oh wait, okay. So this is what it says. When it comes to the issue of whether intrastate operations need ELDs, it isn't a matter of if, but a matter of when. If your state hasn't adopted ELDs for intrastate operations yet, it will be coming soon. Being prepared is the best course. So some states aren't requiring it, is what this is saying.
Okay, where are you at? And by the way, I didn't know that.
I'm on the NTA.
There
website.
are still states that aren't doing ELD.
I don't know how old this is. But,
by the way, don't get the wrong idea. I'm not in favor of ELD.
No, I'm not either.
No, that's why I have ELD Punch. I literally made a drink to get me through the ELD day. I think ELD.
So check this out. These are the states
crazy.
that don't have it.
Well,
California. Can you believe that?
No, that's not true.
This has got to be.
Where are you? What are you on Twitter?
I'm on the NTA. No, I'm on. I'm on the NTA website.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, let's
look
at this.
California, Hawaii.
Is that
Idaho,
NTA online? What's the website? No, that's the tourism
NTA members portal. I'm on. All I did was I put in interstate ELD requirements. Here, I can show it to you. Oh.
Yeah, you show it. Yeah,
there we go.
You take the screen. Okay, you take it. I have my own authority and rather handle all my company info. Also, I come from the freight side. I think it's fantastic. I really like that. If I was still dispatching, I would want to talk to you. As a dispatcher, I was looking for carriers that really, they knew how to run a business, and they knew what they were looking for, and they had running lanes, but they just didn't have time to stare at the screen all day. That was the company I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it also says proposed rule expected to issue.
Okay, that is not. No, they have ELDs in California. I don't know what this is. Is this from the 50s?
No, it says it's dated 2022.
No. That's not even true. Now, I could see ELDs not being required in Hawaii because that's silly.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's just silly. Would be stupid to do.
Yeah, that'd be dumb.
But it said Idaho too.
No. I don't believe that. Is there? Can we get a confirmation?
Why can't we just go to?
Are
California
there seriously
no?
You got to have an ELD in California. I don't.
I'm going to it. I'm going to ELD California.
Shoot, man.
Hold on.
You can't even be an independent contractor in California anymore.
Well, yeah. So why would that be right? You're right.
They'd be all over ELD. They'd probably have ELDs in people's kitchens. And I like California. But I mean, they've lost their minds.
When do you have to?
I don't know why. I can't believe how hard they're trying to work to destroy such a great state. Golly,
this is stupid. Why does it say this? Right? And it says it's current of 2022. It says they made it. They made it in 2019. They had to do it. So NTA is wrong.
I'm telling you. There's no way.
I'm looking up Idaho now.
There's no way. Even a bang hang with a YouTube channel knows this.
I mean, Alaska should be on there too.
Can't be right. What is she watching?
Hey, it's a legitimate website. You know who NTA is.
I think it's been hacked.
I'm looking up Idaho because that was another one on their list.
I don't believe
this just hasn't been updated. It said this was updated as of April of 2020.
I could see Idaho. Actually, that would be smart. See, you shouldn't have an ELD I don't. All right, I'm not gonna weigh in on it. I don't work in
Well, and
politics.
here's the question too. When are they going to make it, the older trucks that don't have to have ELD? When are they going to change that? I thought they were going to do
Well,
it this year.
well, I tell you, they're really working hard to phase out anything with gas in it, which is really, oh my gosh. I want to save the planet too. I just think
Yeah.
we should have started in the '70s. I
Right.
mean,
Right.
why did we wait until 2020 to admit that we need to save the planet?
Yeah.
Like
Good point.
that was dumb. But I
Yeah.
realized you can't change, can't go back and turn back the clock. All right, so we're just gonna cram this through. There's no way everybody's gonna be ready electrically by 2030. That is so silly.
No, because
It's
they've
just
got them
not.
so expensive. How are we supposed to do that
It's
for
not
cars? How are
realistic.
we
And
gonna? Yeah.
I mean, and they're pushing, they're ramming through. That's just why the IRA, what is it, the Inflation Reduction Act, which contains all these charger. I mean, they're trying to install chargers everywhere. Well,
Yeah.
how does the infrastructure go when you rush the job? Anybody?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, and has anybody ever figured out the cost of what it really costs you per gallon on electric versus gas too? Have you ever figured it
Well,
out? I've done it
well,
once or twice, but I can't remember what I ended up.
I've seen calculations, and actually, if you once you own the vehicle,
Yeah, you're not paying $100,000 for it, you mean?
you're saving a heck of a lot of money. But here's the problem. Number one, we still have a lot of different gigawatts. Number two, in about 5 years, everybody's going to be charging at night. What's going to happen to the grid at night?
Right. Overwhelmed. Yeah.
Overwhelmed.
It's gonna be shut
And
down.
so
Yeah.
in 2028, everyone's going to be chewing their nails off because we canceled gas in 2 years, and then they're going to have to say whoever they're going to have to wheel out whatever president we have then. Oh, what are they? And that guy, gal, or maybe
Whatever. Yeah.
whatever, will say
Robot.
exactly. We have changed it to 2035, and everybody, and then I mean the whole thing is silly. This politics is the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
again, I agree with trying to save the planet. I just want to
Oh,
go
yeah.
on the record. I agree with trying to save the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good. I
But
think it's
not
pretty
trying
good,
to do
darn
it
good
within
idea.
such short period of time.
But yeah, I don't know what we do.
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe Putin will hit the nuke button and we won't have to worry about it. Putin hits and somebody's like, "Man, I just got my EV and my orange peel recycler and now we're nuked." God, don't that just beat off? Okay. All right. Yeah, that made all kinds of sense. Question whatever. Blank is a unique 2 to 4 letter code used by federal agencies to identify your transportation company. Is it your carrier code, UCR, SCAC, or DOT number? This is actually a really good DOT compliance trivia question.
Well, it's not.
Yeah.
DOT usually isn't 2 to 4s. It's got
Good. That's good. How long
Yeah.
is DOT? What, 6, 8?
Yeah.
So this is a unique 2 to 4 letter code used by federal agencies, so you're darn well going to need one, to identify your transportation company. And I don't know where it gets generated, actually. I don't know how this number gets generated.
Is it, I think.
And I also don't know how it's a
SCAC.
unique 2 to 4 letter code. Are there enough permutations of 4-letter codes for everyone to have a unique one? I don't know.
I think it's SCAC. That's what I think it is.
Anybody have a guess in the live chat?
And when you fill out packets, that's one of the things they always ask you, and none of my
Right.
drivers have it. So I just skip it and go.
Nobody knows this. It's kind of like, did you know when you're doing your taxes, they want to know like your occupation code?
Yeah. And they
Like,
never
what-
have anything that's just
Where do
right.
you
So
get
you gotta
that
pick
at?
something
Yeah,
similar.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. Well, the answer is, I think you got this. It is SCAC. Nice.
There you go.
So it's a 2 to 4 letter code. used by federal agencies to identify your transportation company is an SCAC code, which I guess it's 4 letters. Okay. Next question. Which of the following markets could be described as the controlled disposal of fleet and rental vehicles that have come to the end of their term? Is it vehicle remarketing, lease returning, consignment, or auto refurbishing? Now,
Yeah,
we're going to move around the verticals here. This is a different, when you're playing Trivial Pursuit and you have your 6 colored pies, we just changed pie color.
Oh. I remember this question, and
Exactly.
I thought I did lease returning, and I don't think that was right.
So the key words, this is a teachable moment. Your key words are disposal of fleet and rental vehicles. So if you're a lender, you're a bank, or you're a fleet management company, and you are trying to get rid of a large volume of vehicles on behalf of yourself or your client or the consigner. So it wouldn't be consignment, because consignment is using a third party to sell your stuff. And they actually take possession of your stuff while they're trying to sell it on consignment, which that's part of an auto auction. But all these terms are part of auto auctions. Lease returning is, I don't even know if that's a real term other than something you do at a dealership when you return your lease of your car. Auto refurbishing is actually a kind of a fake term for auto reconditioning, which is a thing that happens during vehicle remarketing. Vehicle remarketing is literally the disposal of fleet and rental vehicles. And when you hear vehicle remarketing, I know it's a snooze fest out there with vehicle remarketing, but when you hear vehicle remarketing, you should think, cars are moving. I like vehicle remarketing because cars are moving. And they're usually going to move a distance because whoever's selling them and whoever's buying them is not likely in the same area. And actually, so digital auctions
271
are big on vehicle remarketing processes and clients and consigners. All right, here we go. Next question. What is the average width of a Ford F-150 with standard mirrors? 72, 86, 95, or 103 inches. Now this is width.
72 or 86.
Width.
If
now
they're wider than that, then they've got bigger tires on them.
Well, and Ty was talking about, are they open or are they closed or something like that?
Oh, you're trying. Oh, I wasn't including the mirrors. Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, I know. So this is the width of an F-150, I think, with its mirrors out. And this is going to matter because when you open the door to get out of the thing after you've loaded it, how you doing? Yeah, I think you have. He said, I think you have 7 inches. So after you pull it up on your high rail, you have 7 inches of space to get out of the door.
I think it's got to be 86. That's what I think it is.
DDD, how about you got the mirrors one? DDD had SCAC. I think there's a delay. DDD might be in the middle of working. That's my guess.
I'm going with 86.
86? All right, going once, going twice. 95. 95. So that sucker's wide, man.
How big are those freaking mirrors?
Right?
Are you pulling a RV behind you so you have those extra long?
Well, those things stick out, man.
Oh yeah, I have one on mine but they're RV ones, so they stick way out.
Way out, yeah. Pretty wild stuff. All right, next question. Traditionally, how many used vehicles were sold each year in the United States? Now, these numbers have gone down. Most numbers have gone down, but traditionally, how many used vehicles were sold each year in the United States? This is not an easy... It's not an easy guess. 12, 22, 32, or 42 million. The answer is 42 million. I mean, that's a lot of used vehicles. That's a lot. And we determined, I think the new number was half of that.
Really?
both of those numbers have dropped significantly. Because I know new vehicle production is down by millions. I think
Let's see.
I think new vehicle production is down by like 5 million from the number it was.
It says here for 2022, the statistic was 40 million used cars.
Okay. So it's done. It's down. That's
Uh-huh.
not too bad. 2022 down 2 million.
Yeah.
That's not bad. And it makes sense too because more people are buying used vehicles right now than new vehicles.
Yeah, and that trend's probably going to continue if
Yeah,
they
it
can find
is.
them.
Well, and the age of the vehicle people are going to hang on to has gone up, and the value of used vehicles during vehicle remarketing at auctions has gone down. It's finally gone down, which is a problem for dealers that bought used vehicles at a certain level and now the values are dropping, which means those dealers need to get those things moved because they're just losing money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and this stuff is all, you know, I don't know what it is. I don't know.
Oh my God, I'm covered in bees. Hold on.
True or false, a carrier is required by law to maintain a broker's license if they dispatch a load to another carrier. Covered in bees.
I am. I'm covered.
You're covered in
right
bees?
now. Yes, because it's 70 freaking degrees out. And I got to kill this bee.
Are
It's
you in
buzzing my head.
Are you in a meadow? What are you having a
No,
picnic?
there was a bunch outside of my office, and we left the damn door open. And
It
now
is
we're
Sue
covered
having
in-
a picnic.
And this damn thing keeps buzzing my head.
That is crazy.
Oh my God.
That is the craziest thing ever said on Dispatching Live. Oh my God, I'm covered in bees. Actually, that's like Amber Heard's trial testimony. I stepped on a bee. Who remembers I stepped on a bee? Oh my God. That happened in 2022. And then my dog stepped on a bee.
Wow, that's
That
crazy.
I loved stepped on a bee. Do you remember those memes?
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, stepped on a bee. I actually put stepped on a bee in a title of it Dispatching Live just for Amber Heard. All right, true or false? A carrier is required by law to maintain a broker's license if they dispatch a load or loads to another carrier.
Yes, true.
Is that right? Because and why are we talking about this, Sue?
At least 20%, if not more, are carriers listing cars on Central Dispatch who say that they're not allowed to do it.
So it's actually, while we're on this topic, because obviously nobody cares, but
Yeah.
I mean, does Central Dispatch, does anybody care?
I
mean, I know
said
we're
it again to them.
We're speculating live, but
I don't think they do.
oh, really?
Because it hasn't changed. They haven't
Right.
taken the capabilities even away from
because
them.
it would only negatively affect their business, right?
Yeah. Well, I think they think that, but I don't think so. But yeah.
Well, it can't help. I mean, if they've
Well,
got,
They're
let's
still
say
getting paid, so it doesn't affect them. You see what I'm saying?
well, but if they start messing, like, let's say they start policing. Hey, guy, you need a broker's license for that. Oh yeah? Well, screw, I'm out of here. Okay. Well, great. So we just lost another $120 a month because we tried to have this guy do the right thing, right?
Yeah. I
So
don't
it'll
think that
cost
would
them money.
happen.
No, I agree. I agree with you.
Because
I'm
they're
just
still
playing-
transporting on there, so that ain't gonna make a difference.
Yeah, like where's the guy gonna go?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
They have a monopoly on transporters and brokers here.
But it is
So.
funny how once you start talking about electronic load boards might be brokers, that's when the roaches scurry. This really came up with the FMCSA. The FMCSA, when they were trying to nail every dispatcher driving by on his bicycle, just hoping to upgrade to a Vespa.
Yeah.
The FMC was just like bam, bam. The brokers were like, kill him. Okay, then the FMCSA said, oh, by the way, we've also heard that maybe electronic load boards should be regulated as brokers, and everybody went, "Oh my God, no.
Ah,
you
can't do that." Yeah,
like telling Trump he's got to open his books. Come on, man. So I know I ride the rail. So, anyways, yeah, everybody's got I don't know. All right, so we cover it?
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. As Ty always says when building a running lane, think short mile long. Is it trailer, dispatcher, cents per mile, or dollar? Short mile long,
Dollar.
dispatcher.
Dollar, make me
he does.
holla.
He says dollar because he wants you to consider driving shorter miles. Now, what's interesting is this is contrary to the way we look for loads on Central Dispatch.
Yep.
But he's also suggesting maybe
You don't use
Central for everything. Build a running lane. How do you build a running lane? By talking to a dealer or talking to a consignor. Talk to anybody, because where are the cars? Where are the cars?
On Central? No, but I mean, they're
All
at
right,
the dealership.
but the
They're
cars.
there,
All right, so I'll do this. I'll follow up. I will follow up. All right, where the cars that are listed on Central? Where are they?
Dealers.
What was that?
Dealers. Not all of them, but
Okay,
dealers.
they're at dealerships. They're at auctions.
Yep.
They're at repo lots. They're at corporate locations. They're at people's houses.
Yep.
But the car itself is not on Central.
Right.
A listing of the car is on Central.
Yeah.
And that's why Ty is saying if you can find out, if you can track down where the car is, maybe you can make a deal with them directly. Now, that doesn't mean you can start knocking on people's doors. Hey, I'm calling to see if you're shipping a car anytime. Doing what?
Yeah.
Son? There's no solicitation.
Yep.
All right, so that's probably not going to work. But you could go, hi, Mr. Dealership. I'm a car hauler, and I just wanted to let you know that I haul cars. Really? Because we got a whole mess of cars in the back that need to get out of here. All right, then. Well, all right. Short mile, long dollar. All right, question. A third party that sends vehicles to the auction to be sold for a fee is called a... Oh, I said this earlier. Is it a consignor? Is it a mystery shopper, a white knight, or an arbitrator?
I believe it's the consignor.
Are you sure it's not white knight?
I think it's the white knight. I changed my mind.
I like mystery shopper. That's hilarious.
I used to be a mystery shopper way back in the day.
So, all right, so that's what's funny. Mystery shopper is one of those underground, like, jobs. I've actually done it, too.
I loved it. It was a blast.
You liked it?
Oh, I had a blast with it.
Stand it. Oh, I hated it.
I used to do, they're no longer in business.
You can't make any money doing it either.
Oh, I made all kinds of money doing it.
Really?
Oh my God, yes.
Oh my God. Okay.
I mean, it was my side job. I probably made anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 a month just doing that as a sideline. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I used to have to go to all the gas stations. Was it Come and Go that went out of business? Which one went out of business?
Wow, that's awesome.
What was it? No, it wasn't Quick Trips either.
Because Casey bought them out.
I don't think it was Quick Trips, but it was a major when I lived in Springfield. So I'd have to go 3 times to each gas station in Springfield, and I'd have to go in the morning, the afternoon, and the evening, and then do a review on them, like if they ID'd me, because I'd have to buy either cigarettes or alcohol to see if they would ID me. And they would pay me. It was like either $15 each time I went, plus they reimburse you for whatever you buy. So I had the whole slew of Springfield that I went through and did, and it was fun.
So I was in a bad market where there were way too many other people, because I was doing like brake shops and you know, it was a lot, and it wasn't near enough money. I mean, it really was. It was bad.
Because I also did restaurants too, because I was a member of this mystery shopping place, so they would send me all kinds.
Oh
of
yeah,
stuff.
there's all kinds of companies that hire mystery. It's actually, it seems like it's a giant industry.
Yeah, I think it is, and it probably still is.
Yeah. But wow, that's really interesting, huh? Sue trivia. I think we got one more.
Okay.
Hey, what is used to determine whether you have enough space between vehicles? A piece of paper, a piece of wood, a human fist, or a human head?
So, what did John tell me he used the other day? I think he had a piece of material and he stuck it in between there or something. I was like, okay.
I'm over here thinking, what are you doing? What do you mean? It's Dahmer's transportation. Of course we're using a human head. That's messed up. Dahmer's transportation. Oh my God.
Well, I would go because you don't know what size the piece of the wood is, right? So I would use the fist, but my drivers have done them even closer than the fist. So
Well, that's what's funny.
can't use the paper.
This is actually
It's too
a
close.
hilarious question. With a little bit of, I mean, it's half information and half crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because a piece of paper, okay, that's too close.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's, I mean, and a piece of wood, yeah. I mean, what are we talking about? A 2x4?
Yeah, you don't. Yeah.
Right. What are we talking? So, and a human head.
Hmm. Yeah.
That is so crazy. It's
Yeah.
got to be human fist. Of course, it's human fist. And that's about. I mean, that's still not a lot of space. But you better. It better be strapped down enough to where it doesn't move
Jump.
a fist.
Yeah.
Because if your thing moves a fist,
Yeah. You're screwed.
you're gonna wish you'd use your head. Okay.
Yes.
You should send in your comments to autotransportintel@gmail.com. Please do that. If you're looking at this is our podcast. Go ahead and get the show. You know, if it's too long to watch, you can listen to it. I like to do that. I listen to podcasts when I have my cigar out in the sunshine. It's ATI Auto Business. That's what you're looking for, and that's who we are. That's what this channel is. You can always call or text Ty 417-483-2764. Actually, this is pretty cool. We had I had a transporter that saw my Instagram feed after my Tuesday night show, replied, and I think that guy's going to be on the show Tuesday night.
Oh, cool.
Before I get to that, tomorrow is Cars on the Move every Friday, and we actually have Orbi. Again, we are always breaking out of our vertical. We're going to learn from Orbi. They do digital marketing for dealerships, and we're going to find out what the overlap here and the promise is for the opportunity for logistics, transportation, etc. But that's going to be a cool show. So Tuesday night, we're going to come back with some more Carriers Unfiltered. We want to hear from carriers. If you're a carrier, if you're still with us, you know, we want to, what carriers, brokers, dealers, it's a live call-in show. We actually rarely do that. I don't really do live call-in because you end up with a 1-hour phone call about fly fishing. But it's January 3rd. We left the door open, and we're going to go ahead and do Carriers Unfiltered. I guess it's Carriers Unfiltered Part 2, because we did Carriers Unfiltered, I don't know, a couple months ago. It's a Car Show Business channel. My name is Jay. She's Sue. Let's see. DDD says, Sue, what do you think about the Sun Country 5 cars for oversized trucks, vans? Can you make money with that trailer versus a 7 or an 8 car? Talking semi, not dually. That's a great question. Sue?
I like a 5-car better. A Sun Country 5-car better. Not a Mini Kaufman. But you can put anything on those Sun Country. If you were going to go with a 5-car, though, I don't know if I'd do Sun Country or if I'd do that Infinity. And the reason why I like a 5-car over 7 or 8 is because sometimes you have to take less money on a 7, 8 to make sure that you can take a full load so the driver doesn't have to stop, you know, multiple places. And a lot of times you can find a 5-car pack, and lately there's been a lot of 5-car packs on here, over a 7 or 8. Now, it also depends on the experience of your driver, is what I think too. You know, how good are they? How fast are they? If you got a fast driver, then go with your bigger trailer. You'll make more money, obviously. But, you know, I think it depends on the person. I've got a driver that has a semi and he has a 5-car Sun Country, but he's scared of it. So he usually will only take 3 or 4. Don't ask. I don't know why. And he's been doing this for a couple of years. So, but I mean, to get your full max money out of a Sun Country 5, you can take, Usually 3 trucks, 2 cars, that kind of thing. It and like on the Infinity, I used to have a guy that had a 4 car Infinity. I could take 3 1500s and a car and an SUV and fill it up. And that was the guy that was making anywhere between $7,000 to $10,000 a week. Now, in the same respect, I've got a guy that has a 3 car, um, low profile Kaufman with extensions on the front and the back. He's 56 foot, and he usually averages anywhere between, well, right now it's slow season, so I'm not even give you that. But anyways, on an average, he's like 7 to 8 a week, and that's a 3 car with I think he has a 4,500 or 5,500 truck. So if you average that out, the little guy's probably ended up making more money because his gas prices aren't going to be as high. So, I mean, it all depends. That wasn't a really good answer.
No, it was a great answer because there's no surefire way to just say it's not a black and white question.
No, it isn't, unfortunately.
So, I thought your breakdown made a lot of sense. I like how you talked about the guy who's afraid of his trailer. That's another thing. If you're working with in any version of this industry, if you're working with somebody that seems like they're afraid of their trailer, that's a flag. That's a problem. Yeah. And it's real. That would be me. If I was driving the Sun Country 5 car, I'd probably be afraid of my trailer. I'm just not that guy. I'm not comfortable around heavy, loaded equipment that could, I'm not. That's why I don't do that. That's why I sit at a desk and read everything.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a lot based on your driver, honestly, on what they want to do and how much they want to do and how fast they're going to go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really honestly, because you got guys that are like flying through this stuff and they're just trying to make money. And then and that guy's retired and he's like, I don't need this is kind of my retirement gig. So I just want to take it easy. So that to me is based on the driver sometimes more than what the equipment is.
And if you're and I think in that too, if you've got 30 years experience, I can't see you dropping down to a 5 car.
No, they're going to want to be in the bigger one.
Yeah, it's not going to be part of your mindset.
Yeah.
Right. In fact, I think a 30-year experience driver wants like a high rail and just wants to load that thing to its gills every time.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Unless they're 60 or 70 and then they're like, no, I want a 3 car now.
Well, exactly. It is. It's an interesting maturity decline model. But I mean, and I also think it's interesting what you said about the Infinity. This is why knowing equipment, being able to compare it. I like your take. We've had folks on that talk about their line of equipment. But I actually would rather hear from somebody who will talk about the brands compared.
Yeah. And how they can load certain things compared to this trailer and that trailer. Yeah.
Because we know the Sun Country 5 is a great trailer.
Oh, yeah.
But it's interesting how you talk about the Infinity 5.
And mainly it's because I've had more experience with the Infinity and I know what I made with it. And like this guy that we were just talking about, he has that Sun Country 5. He doesn't, and like I said, he's afraid of it, or he's afraid of putting too big of vehicles on there and having problems. Yeah. He didn't make even a quarter of what the other guy made.
Well, this is the problem: is being afraid of your trailer is going to hit your pocketbook.
Yeah, it does.
It absolutely is going to. And by the way, so Sun Country 5 versus Infinity 5. What about versus Mini Kaufman 5? Right?
Don't do it.
Exactly. I mean, and it's weird now. Like when I was a dispatcher, I'm like, ooh, let's take another. Let's look again at that Mini 5 loaded with campers up top. And now it makes me cringe.
Oh God, yeah. I mean,
and I thought what I once thought was cool now it makes me cringe.
Well, and here's your difference too. The price difference, right? I mean, and Mini Kaufman you can get into for probably $25,000-$30,000, and Infinity is $55,000-$60,000. So it's a Sun Country. That tells you the difference of the type of equipment you're dealing with.
Right.
And that's why a lot of these guys, when they first come out, they're like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna go out and buy that Mini 5 or the 4," which also sucks by the way. Yeah, I mean. Well, because I don't think a lot of those guys realize they don't practice
that belly spot. Oh God!
Yeah, and they show them loaded to the gills.
Right.
On Kaufman's website, it shows like 3 trucks on there and all this other crap, which is
not
possible.
Honey, we can do it. We're gonna get out of this.
But you literally have to crawl through the window on those minis and the 4 cars just to get that belly car in there. Literally, they'd crawl through the windows. Which, if you're a big guy, don't do it.
It's not realistic. Yeah. No. This is. Not the Dukes of Hazzard.
No.
Do you imagine doing that in front of a customer? Hang on. You know, like,
I'm getting out of the car. I'll be right with you.
oh God, yeah. Let me get over. I'll sign that. I'll be right there. I got a freaking.
Oh my God.
I gotta Tommy boy myself out of this car. That's 2 Tommy boys in one show. All right. Well, listen. We're at the end. That was really, thank you for a great
All the
year.
great questions. Yeah.
Oh man, dispatching live this year was really. I thought it was really fun. I think we accomplished a lot.
Yeah.
And can't wait to see what we do next. So, have a great year. Have a great year. Have a cool summer. Have a cool summer. Have a happy holiday. That's what I have. A happy holiday. I'm glad that we all thawed out.
Here.
And actually, yeah, well, right. You've got bees and.
I just got buzzed twice again.
The,
Oh my God.
do you have windows?
I do. They're locked in the office with me.
Why are you dispatching in a van down by the river?
Yes. I'm sitting in my hammock getting buzzed by
Serious?
bees right
What is going on? Are you working with Sam Bankman-Fried in the Bahamas? No,
Yes.
right? Just,
Yeah.
you're
Oh my
you're a
God.
dispatcher and you work at FTX. All right. So, office, what do we say?
What do we say, Office?
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Sue.
Goodbye, Sue. Happy New Year, everybody. We'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Stay
All right.
safe.